I want to bounce off of Rose Wilson a little bit and emphasize the role that the arrival that Bertha Palmer had to this whole effort. Now, she came to Sarasota in 1910 from Chicago, but it was not long after her first arrival that she invited, kind of summoned the Board of Trade members to a meeting with her to talk about the future of Sarasota. And if you wanted to put a pivot point on the creation of Sarasota County, you might go back 11 years before the actual creation and say the pivot point was her inviting the Board of Trade to talk with her about the future. And so that was really critical. And that's what got everybody moving on it. And then you had the Wilson family, who were from the Myakka area, who two of their members had a strong role. Dr. C.B. Wilson had the first automobile in 1909. And you have to put this in perspective. In 1910, there were 840 people living in Sarasota, and there were no paved roads. Now you had the first car. Within a year, you had several cars, and you had this whole good roads thing, which also Rose touched on Harry Heigl. He called the first mass meeting to talk about roads and say, we really got to do this, created the Sarasota Venice Road and Bridge District. And through 2 years of agonizing frustration with the mother county of Manatee, they decided that something had to change. So those were some of the people. Then Dr. Wilson's father, Augustus Wilson, was the former senator who actually introduced the bill to the legislature. And so that was critically important. And then you had attorney Y.W. Perry, who had drafted the legislative bill itself to create the county. So there was, in addition to Rose Wilson, there was Alice Gunther from the Sarasota Women's Club, who was also very much involved in bringing out that vote of the women in Sarasota to make this happen.